watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Anne, and this is Postcards from Our Golden Years. I'm so happy to see you today. Today we're going to talk about a topic that mostly women are interested in. So I told Jeff he can just sit this one out. Although you may see him do a little cameo in a piece of it in case I need him to speak about things from a man's perspective. But anyway, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about things that we use here in France for everyday cleaning, beauty products, stuff like that. Typically when people are doing videos here in France, and we've just moved in, and this is what our apartment looks like, and this is how you get a visa, and all of those things, a lot of people don't really talk about some of the nitty-gritty things like, what do you use for cleaning? What kind of toothpaste are you using? What about beauty products? Well, you came from the US, where maybe you use this, you use that. What do you use to do this? A lot of you come to France and you don't speak French, and you have no idea what to use to clean your toilet, to clean your tub, to clean your sink, to clean your floors. It's just a bunch of bottles with words on them, and you're standing there in the grocery store trying to figure out, well, is this a good one? Is that a good one? And if you are like us, initially when you got here, you didn't have access to television, to watch the TV ads, to watch the commercials. Well, we didn't have that either. So you walk into a grocery store and you see shelves and shelves of cleaning supplies, and you have no idea where to begin. I didn't either. And so what I did was I went into the grocery store. I had Google Translate. Granted, I do speak a fair amount of French, so I could pick up a box or a bottle and I could read the label and see how you use it. But how did I figure out what things work? Well, for the most part, it was trial and error, just like you do in the United States. One good thing that we did have is on both of our phones, we have a Google Translate app. And there is that one feature, at least there is on our Android phones, where you click the little camera on the Google Translate app, and it will, if you hold it over French words, it will gradually translate the words so that you can read them. So I thought I would put together a video for this week and just show you things that we use here in France to clean, beauty products, basic things that you want to know when you first move to France. If you're like us and you sort of have to start over because we couldn't bring all of the cleaning products we had in the United States. So let's get started. Okay, next let's talk about laundry. This is the brand of laundry detergent I use. It's these. Let me show you the capsule. So it's these little capsules. Be careful your kids and pets don't get them. And one is generally enough for one load of laundry. If the laundry is particularly dirty, I might throw one way at the bottom before I put the clothes in, and then another one on top. And you can get this in different fragrances. This one happens to have
long-lasting fragrance, fresh, intense. This one I happen to like, particularly when I do the towels and sheets in this, because the fragrance lasts. Every time I use my towel, I don't wash our towels every day, but every time I use our towel, I can still smell this. And when I go to bed at night and I pull the cover sheet over on me with the comforter, I can still smell this. So I really like this one, but they don't always have the one that's long-lasting fragrance with the fresh perfume. But I buy what I see there. And if you're lucky, Monoprix runs a deal on these where you buy one and the second one is half price. So the next thing is Vanish. This is like, in the U.S., stain stick. This I use on just about everything, any kind of stain. Doesn't work on everything the first time, so sometimes I have to spray it on, rub it with another part of the fabric of whatever's got the stain on it, and then let it sit for a while. Then I go back and spray it again and rub it again, and then I'll wash it, and chances are pretty good that the stain has come out. So this I use for stain remover. Okay, then this is what I use on white things. Now, I don't think it's bleach, but I use it to revive white things that sort of look dingy. And I pour it on. Unfortunately, I'm not great with this because I'm a little heavy-handed, or I tilt it and I end up with a puddle of it on whatever I'm trying to get rid of a spot on that's white. But it still works and it doesn't ruin anything. So it's very forgiving. So I keep this around for white things. Now these, I just looked at these the other day in Monoprix. I have never used these, and they have different ones, Dr. Beckman's. This one is for blood and proteins, and this one is for fruits and drinks, so I'm guessing wine or coffee. So I have never tried them, but I bought them to see how they're going to work out. So that's what I use to do laundry. Okay, cleaning the bathroom. My primary bathroom cleaner is this one, and it works on sinks, works on the tile in the bathroom, on the faucets, and it works on the tub. Now, we have a tub that is very old. I think the tub is probably 40 years old at least. And often it's hard to get to really scrub it. And so I will often just go get cleanser. And they have cleanser like we have back in the U.S. I had sent Jeff out for cleanser, and instead he came home with this Bang Expert. And he used it on the tub, and it really did a great job just scrubbing the bottom of the tub. So for now, we'll keep that around. Now, I bought this for the joints. You know, when you see the joints that look like mold is starting to come back? Or not come, well, I guess it'd come back because I don't know. I wash it off, it goes away, and then months later, suddenly it does come back. So I use this. So I keep these two right here by the tub so that they're handy in case I want to give the tub a little scrub after a shower. And so that's what we use. And of course, as I said, this is my go-to for the bathroom. Now, here we are in our toilet room. And let me show you. This is what I use to clean the toilet. And I keep it right behind the toilet just in case, you need to give the toilet a little clean in between uses. It's very handy. And for toilet paper, I use whatever says it's extra soft. I can't stand rough toilet paper. So on this particular day, I ran into the Intermarché that was very close to our home. And I grabbed a package of 6 of these. So that's why we have these. Normally, we just buy plain white. Now I'm in the kitchen and I pulled out the Ajax. This is the cleanser that I use on the tub normally, but this one's almost empty. And as I said, Jeff got that other stuff, so we're going to give that a try instead. And then we have window cleaner, glass cleaner. This is, I guess, a popular version of Windex here in Nice, anyway. So it's very easy to find, and we always have this on hand. So what do we clean the floors with? Well, pretty simple. We got a Swiffer mop. And if you have one of these in the U.S. and you're able to sneak it in a box, pop it in a box. It's pretty much the same that you get in the U.S. You get the Swiffer solution for wet jet. And you pop the bottle in there. You get a box of these wet jet absorbent vignettes, like a cleaning cloth. It's a cleaning cloth that it just attaches sort of by Velcro on the bottom of the mop. And I use this on my marble floors. I use it on the kitchen floors. And it works great. As a matter of fact, I always have one of those little cloths attached to the bottom for like a quick wipe up. So that's pretty simple. Now this, I bought this for wood furniture. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have a lot of wood furniture. The tops of our nightstands are wood, and one of our bureaus is wood, but most everything else has a marble top. So we don't use this for sure on that. This is what I use for the dishwasher. Variations of this, there's like Ultra Max or Power Plus. And the day that I went to buy this, they had Power Plus. Typically I'll buy the other one, the Ultra. But it's just, just like what we have at home, back in the U.S. anyway. Washing dishes. This is my go-to. It's very concentrated. It gets grease right out. So this is it. PAIC. This nettoyant induction et vitro, we use this for our glass cooktop. And it brings it up to a nice shine. It removes hard to remove things that don't come up or don't get picked up just with a sponge. So this is great. We always have some of this around, and we use it with a soft cloth. So you just spray it on and then you just buff it clean with the cloth. So this is great if you've got the glass cooktop that we have. So Jeff, we're going to talk about things from a man's perspective. When you first came here and you had to go buy some shaving cream, what did you decide to buy?
Well, being that I was used to seeing Gillette shaving products from the United States, I found Gillette here at the local pharmacy. So I bought Gillette shaving cream and I bought Gillette razor blades that are the replaceable razor blades. So I'm still using the same kind of products I was used to in the United States for shaving.
Okay. What else do you use? Do you have something you use for body wash, hair, shampoo?
Well, that's an interesting thing. When you come to a bathroom and you look at all the bottles it takes to be a woman, there's like about a dozen different things that you need in the shower. The men have a much simpler shower routine. They've got an amazing thing. I had in the United States one called Dove for Men, but here in France I'm using Nux, N-U-X-E, the same type of thing for men. It is an amazing shower gel, shampoo, all in one. So when I go into the shower, I just have to reach for one of my products, and I've got shampoo and body wash all in the same tube.
Okay, so Jeff, wasn't there another product that I purchased for you in the shower?
Well, yes, there was. This product is L'Oreal, and again, a L'Oreal product for men. Men like one product to do everything. So this one adds a few besides just a body wash and shampoo. This is pure total carbon, which guys love carbon stuff. And it's body, face, hair, beard, and moisturizer. And it's all in one. So again, when you get in the shower, you reach for this one bottle and everything from head to toe is in this one bottle. You just lather it all up and boom, you're all set.
Okay, but Jeff, you had mentioned that you weren't so crazy about it. Do you want to share with us what you're not crazy about?
Well, my other product, which is similar to Dove, looks like shampoo. When it comes out, it's like a shampoo-y consistency. Now, the total carbon, pure carbon, as it comes out, it almost has a look of motor oil. And for some reason, that motor oil just feels a little funny when I rub it all over me. So I use this from time to time, but my favorite is the Nux, which looks like shampoo or body wash. But if I need total carbon, I've got it.
Are there any other products that you use for
There are
toiletries, Jeff?
There are other products, and probably everyone will recognize this. This is for toothpaste.
Well, in all fairness, we brought that from the U.S., brought a number of those boxes from the U.S., and that is our very last tube of Crest.
Now, the other toothpaste that I did find when we were in Paris was Colgate. So I have found Colgate at the pharmacies, and this is our leftover American Crest toothpaste.
Okay, and what about that other little bottle you have over by the sink there?
Well, this is a little baby roll-on deodorant by Vinci. And you see it's got the little ball.
You mean Vichy?
Vichy. So you take a shower, you do a little rub here, a little rub there, and it keeps you fresh all day long until the next shower.
Would you recommend that as a deodorant for people who just get here and don't know what to buy?
I would say Vichy men deodorant and is a well-known brand here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's our transition from the US of A to French products in the bath.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about toiletries. This is my go-to for mouthwash. We used to use Crest Ultra Whitening mouthwash. Well, you can't get that here. So this is what we get. It doesn't have any alcohol in it. Works great. So the shampoo that I use is Biolage, and I order this online. I get this from Amazon. And then I use this BB Thickening Plumping Mask. Also, it's to give your hair more volume and body. I found that the water here is very hard, and I was getting such an itchy head. And I started with Olaplex shampoos. I used to use these religiously in the U.S. That's all I was using. And it made my scalp feel a lot better and less itchy. I decided that my hair needed more body, so I switched to this, and I get these both from Amazon, I believe.
The other item that I use on my hair before I blow it dry is this Bumble and Bumble thickening spray, BB thickening spray. This is great for extra body. And as it starts getting more warm here and humid, let me show you what I do for that. So the Olaplex line, which I had used off and on for years, even in the US, this number 6 Bond Smoother, this is great to keep the frizzies down. And I often will use this mostly just on my bangs. And then I'll use the BB thickening spray on the rest of my hair. This, for some reason, my bangs are the first things to frizz up. So before I blow my hair dry, I'll use the Olaplex number 6 just to defrizz, I guess, or keep my bangs from getting frizzy. So this is great. I used to use this all over, and some days I actually do. I'll just decide it's really humid out and I just want to make sure I don't get the frizzies. So I'll use this all over, and then I may follow it with the BB thickening spray. And then I use this. This is a spot fading facial wash from L'Oreal. And I ordered this on Amazon France. Now for Bella, we use baby shampoo. That's what we give her a bath in. And it's just a gentle shampoo. I used to use Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo back in the US. And so we use this here in France. One of my favorite soaps to use, I pick up at Fragonard. And I was actually buying this for years in the United States, or whenever we would come to France, I would buy a few of these at the Fragonard store. And this is, it's an orange blossom soap, and it's a big, heavy bar of soap. So I like the fact that it's heart-shaped, because I'm all about heart-shaped things, and it just smells heavenly. So this is my normal day-to-day go-to bar of soap that's always in the shower.
Well, Anne, are there any women's products you'd like to share?
Well, I'm going to go through my regimen now. Now, as you know, here in France, a lot less storage than in the U.S.
That's true.
In the U.S., I used to have a big double vanity with doors and shelves and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So here, we have to keep things pretty compact. So, in here, I'm going to go through some of the products that I have started using. Okay, now one of the first products that I found, makeup remover. Put on makeup, you gotta be able to take it off. This is Sephora's makeup remover. This works great for waterproof mascara, eyeliner, just about everything. And it smells nice too. It doesn't really have much of an odor. So that's what I use to take off my makeup. Now, deodorant-wise, I'm not real picky. Here I've got a Monoprix antiperspirant, and then I was at the pharmacy not too long ago because I'm running out of this one, and I picked up this USC Intime, and this smells very nice and it's very natural antiperspirant. And it's a roll-on, doesn't leave a mark on your clothes. And it's a solid, I should say, not just a roll-on. This one is a roll-on, it's got the ball, also does not leave a mark on your clothes. So then we have powder. It's very hard to find powder here in France. I don't like to use powder that has talc in it. And so typically I'm looking for powder that has cornstarch in it. And this one has white oat kernel extract. It's talc-free. And it is very nice for all of those places where you like to use talcum powder or powder in general, body powder. But I found when you go into a pharmacy and you ask for poudre, which is the word for powder, they have no idea what you're talking about. Apparently women here in France don't use powder a whole lot. So let's see now. I use a lot of items in the Ordinary line. They make all kinds of products and they're very inexpensive. And so I've got a whole selection of these bottles. And on the bottle, it tells you exactly what they do. Or you can just go on the Ordinary website and you can read about them. So for serum, before I put on my makeup, I have all these little bottles. Depending on how I feel that day, I put them on. And I bought these little containers from Temu, and so this is great for keeping this in here. I use this Avène, and this is just a little container, and it lasts forever because I really don't need a whole lot of it on my face. I use other sun protection on the rest of my body, but for my face, I use the Avène because it does have the 50 SPF. So I showed you the facial wash that I use in the shower, or if I'm not at the shower, at the sink here. And then afterwards, I follow with the Thayer's Rose Petal Witch Hazel. I've been using this for years. And this, occasionally I can find it in the pharmacy, and sometimes I just order it on Amazon France. So I haven't ever really had to do without this, and it's just great. It's very refreshing. Some people even think using witch hazel keeps the lines, deep lines down. I just like it. It's refreshing. Here in France, this is a very popular one. I'm just not crazy about the fragrance of this one. It's got sort of a, I don't know, I guess I like flowery fragrances. This one doesn't have it. But a lot of people use this, and so I have this as a backup. I also use this L'Oreal Bright Reveal. This one is great if you've got dark spots like from the sun. Now, I just started using this, and I've been using it only for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I have yet to determine if it's going to make them go away, but I can definitely see that it's muted them a little bit. So I do use that. Well, this is Lancome's Rénergie Daytime Moisturizer. This is great. I also walked into a L'Occitane store when I first got here, and I bought L'Immortelle Harmonie, but it's very expensive for this particular cream. Between this one and this one, so this is Lancome's that I bought in Sephora here in France. The L'Immortelle that I got from L'Occitane. And I recently bought this Revitalift filler with hyaluronic acid from L'Oreal. And I don't know, I was looking for an alternative, a less expensive alternative to these 2 other creams, which were, I want to say this one was like about $85 or 85 euros. This one was about 150 euros. This one was, I don't know, maybe 35 or 40 euros, if that. So I bought this because I wanted to see if it's comparable so that I can stop buying the really expensive ones. Because you don't always have to spend close to 200 euros to get the same results from moisturizers. So I bought this. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so then I keep all of my makeup and things in this drawer. And on one side is all blushes and bronzers and lipsticks, and on the other side it's all my eye sticks and mascaras and more lipsticks in the back there. So I'm pretty much dealing with the same beauty products that I had in the US. There's a Sephora right down the street from us. It's like, you know, a 5-minute walk to get to the mall, and Sephora is in the mall. And there's another one right outside on the street, another 5 minutes away. So, but I'm using Sephora's bronzer, which is not very expensive. If you buy Sephora brand, very reasonable. I've got Sephora eyeshadow. I like a muted eyeshadow, and often I don't even wear eyeshadow anymore. I've sort of gotten away from that since we moved here. My eyeliners, for the most part, my eyeliners are waterproof eyeliners that are Sephora brand. And I have the other brands and things that I bought before we came here that I brought with me. Again, Sephora mascara. This one is size up. Well, they're actually both size up. This one is black. This one is blue. And I don't use the blue all by itself, but sometimes I'll put the black on and I'll just do the little tips in blue if I'm wearing blue. And then recently, when I was in Spain, I was walking through the duty-free store, and I saw this. This is L'Oreal, and it's Panorama mascara. And this I absolutely love, and it was fairly inexpensive. So I don't buy a lot of high-end brand mascaras and eyeliners. I think I can get them just as inexpensively in the pharmacy or in Sephora, especially if I stick to Sephora brands. I did splurge recently. I got to keep my favorite Chanel store in business here. And I went into the Chanel store. They had a new powder, blush, and highlighter. Comes with a little brush, and it's got this rose blush and then the golden highlighter, and this whole color series is called Golden Hour, you know, like the golden hour outside. Well, so this line is called Golden Hour. So I did splurge on this in the Chanel store. I figure if I keep buying things at Chanel, they'll keep sending me Christmas ornaments and all kinds of other lovely things that I like. So I think that is it. Oh, I bought this. Now this is also something very new. And I was watching one of the makeup artists on YouTube, and I'll put her name down below here. She is based in Paris. She's a younger woman, a gorgeous woman, and she always talks about great makeup if you just want a no makeup look, or you want a nude look, or if you want a look for mature women. And just about a week ago, she was pushing Christian Dior's makeup. This is Dior Forever, and it's a foundation stick, and it's not heavy. You can layer it over and over and over for more coverage, but I find just a once over on my forehead, once on each cheek, and on my below my mouth towards my chin, and then just blend it all in is enough. And it gives your face a fresh, not a matte look, but not super shiny. And so I really like this. The only thing is this is transferable, whereas my favorite go-to that's not transferable is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. So these are all things that I was using back in the United States, and I continue to buy them here in France. So, you know, I see a lot of people on the forums on Facebook, and they'll post, "Oh my gosh, I just got to France. I don't know what to buy. I don't know what makeup to buy." for the most part, most of the things you find in the US, you're going to find here. So, anyway, that's it on my makeup.
Well, thank you, Ann. That's going to help a lot of people.
So I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that when you go to the grocery store next time here in France, you have a better idea of what things to look for to get yourself started on the right cleaning supplies to put it into your house or your apartment here in France until you do a little trial and experimenting on your own. So as usual, we're looking for subscribers, and if you're not one of them, why not? We know that thousands more people watch our videos than actually click on that little button that says subscribe. And you know it's free to subscribe. Yes, we do offer paid memberships if you want some additional perks and bonus videos and things like that. But if you just want to be a free subscriber, that's great too. We love our free subscribers just as much. So look below the video, click that little button that says subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss any future videos, and we will really, really appreciate it. We will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Just loving